That video
Good
is
morning
awesome.
and welcome to another episode of Viva Cafe con Leche. I am the Badass Buddha. I am Dr. Lori Monaco, coming to you from sunny Southern Connecticut, cold ass sunny Southern Connecticut. Hoping for spring very soon. I am with Align Yourself Inc. I am your authenticity teacher, speaker, and coach, specializing in mindfulness practice and transformation. I am a chiropractic physician, and I am your fat eviction specialist. If you need to lose fat and get a healthy lifestyle, I'm the one you call. So good morning. Good morning,
Buenos
Gladiator Guru.
días. Buenos días. Good morning. Namaste, mi gente. I am La Margarita today. I am La Margarita, your gladiator guru, who is shifting many things, so to be continued. I am, and that's enough for me today. Buenos días, good morning, mi gente, mi tribu, and welcome to Viva Cafe con Leche with the Badass Buddha and your gladiator guru.
And good morning to Carmen, first thing in the morning. Oh, Carmen, we're so happy when you come on. Not that we're not happy with everybody else, but Carmen, you always have that special place. Ana Laura is on. Linda McBee. Good morning, Linda. So glad you're here. She'll be a guest very soon. Dr. Lacante. Karen Marie is in the house. And Tiffany Bryan. Good morning, Tiffany. We're glad you're here. Michelle Imar Rivera is on. I have to sometimes look over here on the Facebook page because not everybody shows up. And Doc Hardy is on. Good morning. Good morning. So how do we want to start this, Gladiator Guru? You want to have a conversation with everybody first, or do you want to do our intention? Maybe why don't you go ahead and speak first?
Yes. I'm trying to get us live so that I can share it. Good morning, mi gente. For those, Carmen, thank you. Thank you. I will accept your hug. This Saturday, my mother passed away. She had a seizure last Friday, and we were with her. My sisters came in from Connecticut, and we were with her the whole week, and it was a beautiful transition. Although as humans, we tend to be theater-like, right? That's how I like to put it. It's just how I feel. And my message is be held, be whole, and be healing. You know, we go through these sacred passages when we die, and we forget that life is just a circle where there's a beginning, there's an end, and it's what counts in between that matters. And people, we tend to always think we have tomorrow. Well, we don't have tomorrow. This is my third major loss. Two actually who passed away in the same bedroom here under. So it's kind of hard. And I think as humans, we have a hard time saying goodbye. But the reality is that for every celebration, right? For every balloon we blow, there's a candle we must light. So I think, we practiced with Mom while she was going. We practiced honesty, openness, and courage. We asked for forgiveness. We forgave her. She can still hear us. We told her we loved her several times. We massaged her head. So it was a sacred passage. And the way we did it, we each spent time with her alone. We spent time collectively with her. And so focusing on the nature of the transition, I think it helped us deal with it. The complete circle of life. Death is not failure, no fear, but a beautiful transition of the spirit and soul just returning home, although we don't feel it at that time. So because we're left behind, we might feel guilt plus anguish of losing a loved one because we fail to remember that every beginning has an end. And that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional, and one must choose wisely. And I think in saying that, we're going to feel the pain of the loss, especially of our mother, our matriarch. We are We are, my sisters and I, because she was, which means the way she was growing up and we visioned and we thought it was wrong. In the end, we realized, wow, she was who she was and we are who we are because of her, meaning she didn't teach strength and courage and motivation, but we learned that from her in full because it wasn't forced upon us. It was a form of survival. So we can feel the pain, feel the grief, feel the sorrow, but don't hold on to it because the suffering over it, it is optional. And she parted beautifully, peacefully, surrounded by all of us who whispered many times. We're sad and pained, and our emotions knock us down, rushing in like waves into the sand, but yet we stand because she was. And so I want to thank everybody for all the beautiful comments they sent, all the texts. And if I didn't answer your call, don't feel offended. If I didn't answer your text, don't feel offended. I've just, when I'm going through something, I don't like questions. I don't like to talk. I just like to be left alone. So it's no, I'm not disrespecting anybody. When I'm alone at night, I read them and I appreciate it. And I thank you all for your beautiful, kind words for my sister and I. And those who knew Mom, thank you for calling and sharing your tears with me because she was a pip, wasn't she? She was a no-nonsense Italian woman. And her favorite saying was, when you pissed her off, go fuck a duck. So, she will be missed and she's loved. And you know what? We'll carry on. So, salud, Gina. And if you haven't seen it, go to my Facebook page or Instagram. I put a video up of Mom.
And it's phenomenal, the video. And it's also, your mother was, what a knockout, man. I mean, even in her age, she was absolutely, she changed so much from when she was young to when she was older, but so pretty. All of you, like, just spectacular looking. What a beautiful family. And what Gladiator Guru wrote with the video is just spectacular. She is always so amazing with her words. So such a beautiful tribute, and we are all very sorry. And we also want to acknowledge the fact that you did such a beautiful job in caring for her. You just you made the last bit of her life just enjoyable. A lot of you don't realize, like, she used to Gladiator Guru would put the salsa music on and she would dance. She would flash her mom and her just to get her mom to laugh. And so, and your mom might not have been there, but she was there sometimes. She was actually in and out most of the time. So yeah, you made it really amazing for her. So we all are there for you. So just to let you know.
Thank you. My sisters are still here. They came up last Friday, actually, the day that she had the seizure. So they've been with me. We've shared this journey together, and we've bonded. And I think that was her last mission, was to have us bond the way we have. And they're still here. They leave tomorrow, so I have them up until tomorrow. And it's a blessing because they were here to make all the arrangements for, the farewell. So, yeah, everything, they're maktab. It is written. There's no coincidences. There's no mistakes. There's no, if I only would have waited or if I would have got there sooner. Everything happens and the time it's supposed to happen and as it should happen. And we need to learn how to unfuck our thoughts and thinking that if I just did this or if I just did that, it would have been different. And then they end up carrying guilt. So I say, you know what? Enjoy the memories. Go back. Everybody has good and bad memories. And we tend to forget the good ones because we let the bad ones just keep, they're like the court gestures, just dancing and keeping us occupied away from what's good in life. Take a stroll down memory lane and enjoy the good and say, yeah, we had hard times, but you know what? We had 10 days of hard times and 3 of good times, but boy, were those 3 days they overshadowed the bad. And if we start thinking that way, especially of our parents, then guess what? We're going to say, you know what? It really wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So, pa'lante, mi gente. And thank you all for letting me speak.
You know, one of my favorite pictures in your video was, and that's actually, I believe, right when I met you. Well, not met you, I met your mom. Was at Augusta tu Corona, and you were all dressed up, like all of you, with you and your sisters and your mom. Your mom's got like the thing on, and she's all made up with her makeup, and she had the little flapper dress on. And actually, no, that was the year later. It was but it was so cute. I remember when I met her and she was all dressed up. Everybody was so dressed up for Augusta tu Corona, and you had her all dressed up, and she was just working the part, and she was very coherent at that time when I met her. And she was such a pip, and she was just all smiles the whole entire time, which was just so fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Carmen, yes. I love you. Kimberly, yes, I did get your message. Anna, I mean, all of those who knew Mom, like Anna knew Mom since what, Anna? 2000, I think it was. And so they knew her. They knew she was funny. She was very truly Italian, with the salty sailor mouth and the welcoming and the cooking and all of that. So yes, thank you all. Thank you. Gina listens to it.
Beautiful. These are so beautiful. I have to put them up. Oh, look at this one.
Oh, thank you.
And Carmen. And
yeah, Carmen knew my mother. Ana Laura knew my mother. Yeah. Gina went everywhere. Thank you, Tiffany. Yeah. Hey, Doc. Right. So thank you. And today's show is one of Linda McBee. Thank you. Yeah, life is too short, and we got to remember, it's like anything. For every beginning, there's an end. It's full circle. So stop waiting till your bank account is full. Stop waiting till you take 3 more fucking courses on what you already know you can do and what you want to do. You know, stop listening to all these people who have made it and are now charging you to teach you what they know when you probably already know more than they do. You know what? Just go for it. If you fall on your face, get up, shrug it off, and keep going to what you really want, because we can't. And that's why I say I'm not, you know, I'm in the transition process myself now. So watch out now, because when I say I'm coming full throttle, because I'm ready, because it is my time. And when I say my time, the operative word is my time. I cannot wait and see who I'm offended, who I'm leaving behind, who thinks that I'm just too grown for my britches, because Margarita is coming into her with all the preps I've already done. Now I'm going to be working it full time. So because I'm not going to waste time, because Papi taught me that there's no time to waste time. Eric taught me that, you know, when you're given a death sentence, flip that bitch and make it a celebration of life. And Mommy taught that, you know what? Even the one that gave you life will lose life. So focus on you and follow your dreams and pave your own goddamn path towards your purpose.
There you go, yes. Chanel's going to Spain with you.
I spoke to my Spain taxi driver yesterday, actually. He saw the video, called me from Spain. I'm like, who's calling me from Spain? And he says that in the summer they're opening up the borders to us. Like Europe can visit Madrid, but they're really having a problem with us. So
well, who doesn't have a problem with the United States sometimes, really?
So thank you, everybody. And thank you, Lori, for giving me this moment to honor my mother. Anna Marita Tuzzi Bordino. So, yeah.
Well, so this is actually a great conversation today, because, you know, we're speaking on behalf of your mom and on behalf of women in generations above us who sat quietly. Well, your mother didn't sit quietly, but still there was.
Only when she was reading you, only when she's sitting there reading your aura, and then she'll say, I don't like that bitch. Don't trust her, blah, blah. And she was always right. So, yeah.
But those generations, even when they didn't sit quietly, there was still this undertone of disempowerment for women, Even as loud as they got back then, there was still this piece that they just couldn't rise above. And we still struggle with that piece. And, within celebration of Women's History Month, we picked a specific topic, and the title of today's program is The Power of Pussy, which is also Gladiator Guru's art topic. Like that was the title of her, or one of her art shows.
My art series. It is an art series that I have two popular ones, and one of them is this one.
And so, when she first said, hey, let's do a show on this, and we started to talk about it, that word is cringeworthy for some people. Some people can't even say it. Like they can't even say the word at all.
Which word? Pussy, 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 pussy.
And that's why it became so important to have this conversation, because the reason people get cringeworthy over words has to do with how they're defined and who's saying them and what they mean. So we're going to redefine that. That's the whole point of today. It's not for shock statement or shock value for us to put something up here called the power of pussy. It's to say, okay, we're going to take this word back and we're going to redefine it. So it is going to be an uncomfortable conversation, because there's going to be words that are said that some people might not be comfortable with, but we still want you to hear it. We want you to resonate with it. We want you to understand where they're coming from. And oh my gosh, I'm so mad. I forgot to print out a piece of paper that I wanted to get up here.
Print it out, and then I'm going to give shout outs. Ana says, se jodió la cosa, the phoenix is rising. Yeah, Ana, that's why I keep her right here. She says, oh shit. And Carmen said, I knew you would be out, so searching for more peace the second you were able to. And my brother Molleto, I love you, papi. Vicky Rodriguez Algarin, buenos días, mi cielito, cariño mío. Estás bellísima. She was amazing, welcoming with a human. Yes, she was. My mother was. She was. And if you've watched the video, you'll see my great nephew. He would always feed her.
Oh, I started crying when I saw that.
And that's just one clip, because one day, she wasn't he kept feeding her quickly, and he would call her Gamma. He was like, Gamma, eat your broccoli. And she just loved when he fed her. He would feed her yogurt and all of that. So it's like, if we teach love and compassion from babies, like when they see the elderly, and you remind children, give grandma a kiss from when they're little and they can understand, they grow into appreciating and respecting their elders. And Mateo came here yesterday, and he tells me, where's Gamma?
Aww.
And because they haven't picked up her hospital bed yet, so that's like torture. Yeah. And or the oxygen, but the guy said he's coming today. But what I'm saying is that if we teach children at a young age, like Puerto Ricans, and anybody who still does it, please write it in the comments. My children and my grandchildren do not call me, hang up the phone with me, walk in my house, or exit my house, or anywhere that I'm at, without saying bendición.
And I know, because I've heard them do it when I'm on the phone with.
Yes. Growing up, it was like that. That's the biggest sign of disrespect, when you walk in and there's elder people there and you don't acknowledge all of them. You can't just walk in a room and walk out. I think that's just such poor etiquette. So what's that person going to do when they're out in the world by themselves? They're not going to know how to associate, because they don't know how to have respect from entering a space where spirits already are. You got to acknowledge the people who came before you. And when you leave, you say goodbye. Like in our house, we had to kiss every motherfucking person. And if there was 50 people visiting, you had to walk in, bendición, 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 bendición. And then if you left or you went outside, Margie left. Oh my gosh, she didn't even say goodbye. Pero que falta respeto. And I'm like, I'm in the bathroom taking a piss. So you got to always say goodbye in the same way you say hello. But you know what?
God,
it's so beautiful. Even when you're just there watching, you're a spectator in a large family, and somebody comes in and you see them go around. And I mean, down to my grandchild, the youngest, Isaiah. Even when I text them, they got to say bendición. Why? Because you're training your children how to be respectful of everyone in their presence.
Yes.
until the person, so that's what you have to do. And I think that's such a beautiful thing about the Puerto Rican culture. And I believe Italians do it too. They kiss all the time. They kiss on both cheeks. And my mom,
not always both cheeks,
you couldn't come in, and everybody always say bendición. Either they call her Gina, Blondie. So all my friends, they each had a different name for that. So what I'm saying is, so thank you, mi gente.
So let's get going on, and we're going to bring Byron in a moment.
Is he on?
Yeah, he is. He finally got on. It looked like he was having a little trouble, but so we're going to set our intention. We're going to do our mantra. I'm going to do the intention, and the quote that I grabbed today was from Eleanor Roosevelt, which says, "Do one thing every day that scares you." I love it, short and sweet. And so the intention for today is, today I own my power and I choose abundance. I own my power and I choose abundance.
I own my power. Look, I'm going to write that like that. That's beautiful. Choose. I just thought of Anna when I was writing choose abundance. Okay, that's beautiful. I love Eleanor Roosevelt. My woman quote is empowerment or motivational.com. It's one of those women groups, and it says, be kind and full of love, but have boundaries like a motherfucker.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. Fabulous.
And my mantra is yes. And when you love yourself, you become invincible. And that's what it's all about. That's your boundaries. That's having boundaries like a motherfucker. It's loving yourself, where you are invincible to people's hate, to their jealousy, even though we need haters in order to strive. It's just so weird. But, you become invincible. You become your own, and you don't worry, and you have a dream, and you have a goal, and you just do it. And sometimes that's what we need. So,
oh my gosh, Luis Sanchez wrote, "I felt the power of the pussy last night. Matame." Matame, whatever. I said, I put the accent on the wrong side. Oh my God. Let's bring Byron in. Good morning, Byron. And let's get ready to start our conversation. So basically, the word pussy has been used in such a demeaning way towards women by our male counterparts. Time to take back the word and really celebrate the power of women. This conversation is not for the squeamish. We'll be talking about the disempowering meaning behind the word. Then we'll take charge of the word and own it. And in my research last night, or actually very early this morning, male words, when we use male-based words, they always have like gender, we're talking gender-based male-dominated words, they always signify power. But for female words, it's always either weak. It either means a sign of weakness or manipulation of some sort. So this was interesting. It says researchers have noted previously that women are insulted through references to sexual morals or being compared to subhuman entities, while men are insulted by being associated with women and weakness, femininity. So abuse language directed at women might encompass unladylike sexual behavior such as whore, slut, skank, pussy, cunt, dyke, twat, etc., or might compare women to subhuman animals such as bitch, chick, dog, cow, horse, pig, porker. Meanwhile, insults for men largely stem from allusions to weakness and femininity, either from references to women or stereotypical feminine men, such as pussy, cunt, sissy, wimp, poofter. I don't know. I've never heard of that one. Motherfucker, cocksucker, son of a bitch. While there are slurs that describe male genitals, these tend to be generally less offensive than female genitals and stick to describing non-sexual characteristics such as mistreating others or stupidity, like asshole, dick, prick, bonehead, knob. This is pretty different from similar words used to refer to women. And it's interesting that it's the 1998 study, the term douchebag was considered primarily a gender slur towards women, though males in the study sometimes used the term to refer to other males, an insult in keeping with a weak as a woman characteristic. And then I have a whole list of words and
I just think that women tend to just go crazy. Byron, what do you think?
Well, since y'all was having a strong woman moment, I didn't want to disturb you. First of all, good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Byron.
Buenos dias.
Oh, man. My condolences to you.
Thank you.
And hello, young lady. Badass Buddha. Yeah. Well, first of all, I gotta tell you, my heart is heavy for you. So, so I'm trying to, get a balance of being, me and feeling your pain, with your mother. And I'm glad I had some time to spend with your mother too. Yeah. We won't do that over the road. But yeah, your mom, your mom's, yeah.
Mama's a pimp.
Yeah. But they said the black folks said the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Okay, and real quick. Since y'all all have quotes, let me do my lady quote. Okay, this is. We need women who are so strong they can be gentle, so educated they can be humble, so fierce they can be compassionate, so passionate they can be rational, and so disciplined they can be free. That's from Kavita Ramdas, if I said it right. Yeah, I derogatory terms, always putting things that's kind of a negative connotation. When it comes to women, especially the word, pussy. Being around Margie, you kind of get to use the word and it rolls off your tongue a little bit better than if you didn't hear it. Margie just messed you up. So then you walk around pussy. But don't do what we do. When people don't do what we do, because you get fired, you won't have a job, or you're like, just listen to us. Don't do it. We're like parents. Don't do what we're telling you to do. Okay, listen, but don't do it. Don't run the fire. But you be locked up. Okay, don't listen to Margie on that. Okay, but you gotta understand how when we talk about women and that they have and all that it brings. Me having 6 sisters in the house, I've seen some that understood and recognized their power, and others who didn't, who kind of floundered their whole life. And I told them I was gonna be on, but, they're like, you're gonna be talking about, no, I said it's gonna be good. I got good points and bad points. But going back to the definition that you gave or how people see it, I think the word is so powerful if you understand the meaning of it. No different than people use the N word in their own kind of connotation, and you know what, and everybody can't say it and everybody can't use it appropriately. You know what I'm saying? But that word pussy, first of all, you gotta have a love for it. Like for women, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of males kind of fight that because they are so busy in their mind trying to figure out how to dominate or overshadow or control. They lose the feel for the love of that woman. And then sometimes when the woman's in trying to figure out how to manage that guy. So all in our management, that we kind of lose power, that everybody's trying to shift control issues, and then we lose the power of that person in front of us, that vivacious, beautiful woman that we don't even take the time to learn, and then we don't even understand her power that she has. Especially if she, sometimes you can help people and you can like them and push their power up, like putting fuel on the fire. But sometimes you can dim you can assist dimming their fire by not understanding the power that the woman has.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's all about, when I wrote this, The Power of Pussy, and if anybody owns my book, because yes, I'm going to start remarketing it out there. It's actually in the book. And when I had my cup made, it's actually, I walk around, and when people ask me, it's a conversation starter, because the women of the world are the most compassionate, empowered, and spiritually armed beings in the universe. Some are the breeders of life. Others are awesome aunties. Either way, we ensure that our loved ones become prosperous in peace, love, and unity. That's the power that we have. Motivating and inspiring growth to all surrounding our beings, showering each with unconditional love. We are the trendsetters of faith and hope, encouragers of dreams, forming paths for each individual to begin their journey towards their God-given purpose. We, the women of the world, are the memories of yesterday, the hope for tomorrow, and most definitely the force of today. So I ask that you straighten your crown, hold your head up, square your shoulders back, stand firm in your beliefs, and know in your core that we are the strongest species to ever exist. Warriors, healers, true heroines of the world. We, the women of the world, who enjoy the pure joy of laughter, the innocence of love, and the utmost respect. Well, we actually demand that shit. Be proud, stand tall, for we are the power of pussy. Without us, there's no you. Without us, men think they don't control shit but their penis in their hand. You know why? They can't create life. They can plant a seed, but they cannot carry a life and give and breathe life into it and deliver it and raise a family. Well, they can't do that. And women forget where their power is. It's not between your legs. It is you from head to toe. So when I called this the power of pussy, it was for a shock value to wake up the women to realize, God damn it, stop being a pebble in somebody's shoe and rise up to be the fucking mountain you were born to be. Stop relying on your man and using your children or this as an excuse to be the best you ever because you feel you'll intimidate somebody. Respect yourself, love yourself, hug yourself. And know your worth in every step you go. I don't care if you are overdrafting your account or if you're overflowing with savings account. It doesn't matter. That status doesn't matter. The woman that you are is what matters. The power that you hold within to love and to heal with words and comfort and that motherly and that nurturing. That's where your power lies. Not in what car you drive and what Louis Vuitton or Gucci bag you have. That doesn't make you. I don't own none of that shit, and I'm the baddest motherfucker you're gonna come meet on any given day.
But Margie, that comes with teaching yourself this, like we're doing today. You know what I'm saying? That's not remember, we gotta remember a lot of things about people. People automatically don't have this positive feel good about themselves. You have to train yourself to get like that. You know what I'm saying? Majority of people. Okay? So I would say 80% of this country, when you wake up in the morning, you're not saying, well, my namaste, have a great day. And, that's not the reality of how people are. You could tell by the million, what they call when people get in the car and they fight. What's the when, I forgot what you call it. Like when somebody get in the car and you fight with a person and they cut in front of you and road rage.
Road rage. I thought you meant like when you and I get in the car and we are
like bickering. That's what I thought he meant too.
But that's normal. That's normal for us. But we had 1 million cases of road rage last year. Documented. Okay, 1 million cases of road rage. Look, check it out.
Nationwide.
Nationwide. In just this country. If we had 1 million cases of road rage, okay, in this country, that means people are waking up with some foul thoughts in their head. You know, they're not waking up with this vision. We're not just talking about men, or we're not just talking about women, we're just talking about people in general. So in order for us to kind of have a good day, we kind of gotta train ourselves. You know what? I am a strong woman. I am this. That has to be. And what if you wasn't getting that at home? And what if you wasn't getting that as a child? Well,
I didn't, and I wasn't. I didn't, and I wasn't.
I know that. So, but one thing, I think when somebody looks at you, even though you're talking about a journey, you look like such a finished product that you're confusing for people. And I keep telling you that, right? When a young lady looks at you, she's 17, 18 years old, and she feels like she's the ugliest girl at school, and the pimples on her face, and she's trying to butt, and she just kissed the boy, and he told everybody, and she's feeling down and out. And then you're talking about namaste, strong woman, power pussy, she's kind of confused because she wants her pussy to be powerful, but she doesn't know that that's not her pussy. It's her entity of self.
Yeah, I get what
And
you're
so,
saying.
you know what I'm saying? It's all,
Yes, but that's what we do here. You see, they're not going to know until they're curious enough to inquire. With this platform that the Badass Buddha and I have, that's why we talk about all these subjects, because we want to engage people. We want people to share this video to reach the person it needs to reach. They can reach out to us. That's the empowerment of women, the woman power that we do on Viva Cafe con Leche. Because there are people who don't know which door to choose. And you know what? And the balance between the Badass Buddha and I is what's needed, because I'm in your face where Lori's like, well, let me explain it to you. And and see, I will get the attention whether it angers them or not. But guess what I'm doing? I'm getting their attention.
Oh no, it needs to be done. But I'm just always reiterating when we talk about these things that there's so many people who are afraid of new information. Me and you have talked about people who will listen to you but never respond. We already talked about them. Don't even mention their names. Yeah? But they'll listen to you all day long. They'll hear it, but they won't respond to it because they know once they respond to it, then they're almost responsible to do something with the information.
Yeah, they have to be accountable. Yeah.
But Gladiator Guru's job, because she's more forthcoming. I do the same thing, but I just do it in a different way. But it is it's about disruption. Because as I was looking at these articles, I read like 3 or 4 different articles, beautifully written articles, by the way, talking about these things. And we get, as women, so accustomed to these words that we don't even think of them necessarily as an insult until we stop and think about it, and like just the idea of even the term, you throw like a girl, again, it all has to do with, the fact that we're insinuating that, if a girl is not as good, and if you throw like that, you won't be as good. And I got a really good quote. It was from where the hell did I put it? It was. Do
you think we still do that, or do you think we're kind of getting away from that?
No, I think we're getting away from it, but it still happens,
Oh, no doubt.
And then this is what follows. It says, I was, you know what I mean? I was just joking. But it's like, when does it not become a joke anymore? And believe me, I love being funny in a sense of humor, but it was funny. Mia Hamm, the famous, soccer player, she said, my coach said I run like a girl. And I said, if he ran a little faster, he could too.
I like that.
That was great, But so just let's talk about the word pussy for a second again. So for men use the term as a sign of it means weakness. So if another guy says to another guy, oh, you're such a pussy, means that you are weak, which is so ironic because that is so the opposite of what it really means. Yet they will also, in this, like 2 seconds later, be speaking to a woman or to another guy and looking at a woman going, oh, I got to get me some of that pussy. It becomes this object of desire. So in 1 minute you're saying it's
we usually don't just come out with that we don't usually get it that rough. I got.
Listen, I've been around a lot of the guys that are like that.
That's what drunk. This is the man conversation. And I'm gonna get that pussy. That's more when we get to the gregarious Neanderthal mode. But yeah, go ahead.
It's still out there. The Neanderthal mode is still when you're with your people. Like when guys are hanging out, that's conversation that happens. What I'm trying to say is that either way, it's powerful, and that's what women don't realize. For a man to use it in a derogatory term is not okay. However, but that to turn around and be like losing your train of thought because you're so focused on
the word.
It's like that just shows you the power, and then we don't use it in that way. Like we don't, and that's the whole point of this, is to say, we can own the word. You don't get the right to say that word like that. We're going to own the word. You think that word is such a weakness? You can't live without it. Like that's the reality of it for heterosexual men. You can't live without it, right?
But it's what the quote from Betty White. She's like, why do people say grow some balls? Boys are weak and sensitive. If you want to be tough, grow a vagina. Those things can take a pounding. Okay?
Wow.
And that's Betty White. Now,
Betty White,
you know,
You're gonna be 100 very soon.
yeah, look,
Wow.
that's her right there. Look, she's smiling too. She ain't no joke. So, but what I'm saying is my daughter hates the word. So when she's around, and I'm talking about my art series, because I have two popular series of my art. One's The Power of Pussy, the other one's The Kick-Ass Bitch of Menopause. And so when she's around, I hate that word. This is my child. I'm like, pussy, 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 pussy. You know why? Because what the hell? You're a mother. And it's an empowerment word. I have other friends who like, oh, I hate when she says that word. It's a reality. Now I'm going to take it to the dark side for a little bit. When we don't claim that word and correct the connotations attached to it, then we're just, then why are you complaining? If you ain't checking somebody at the door, why are you complaining that they tread dirt through your house? It's on you, right? How about the word abortion? So many women, abortion, trying to go against abortion. I'm pro-life, so we're not going to go there with that. I'm just using the word. How many women went against the right for an abortion for medical conditions or whatever and set us women back with our rights and freedom of speech and protection? Then
you're pro-choice, you mean, right?
I'm pro-choice. I didn't say that.
You said pro-life.
No, I'm pro-choice because whatever the case may be. I don't believe in abortion as a way of birth control. But what I'm saying, either way, when the men started saying and taking away the rights for you to choose what you're going to do with your life, especially if you're a rape victim who became pregnant or incest. So what happens? When women got on that boat, no abortions, and trying to overthrow Roe versus Wade, you were setting us back. All these women that fought for our right to set us back because of a word. They put that word, you're killing babies, abortion, instead of looking past that and saying, okay, what's the bigger picture here? And that's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. I'm up for a debate. That's my opinion. When all of that started going against that word, it set the women's movement back.
Well, I just think when the person... Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Byron, because I wanted to go on something else, but if you wanted to...
No, I just think when people don't know their worth, then it's easy to sway people in different directions. You know what I'm saying? You got to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't think everybody... I don't think everybody's gonna agree on everything. No different than the civil rights march. People said, we need to burn everything down, and some people said we need to be peaceful. So, so it's always gonna be two sides of it. But in either side, there has to be an understanding of work. And I think that's where we get lost at with the whole power of pussy conversation. The woman not understanding that it's not between her legs is the power. It's her essence.
Although it can be.
Huh?
It can be very powerful there too.
Wait, what happens if the woman can't have sex? What happens?
No, I'm not saying. No, you're right. It's totally within, and that's exactly what Gladiator Guru is saying.
Because let me tell you something.
You just have to hold it.
Right. I can talk about the Black community during the time in the 80s with crack. Now, the Black community survived slavery, Reconstruction, during the 60s, the whole civil rights movement, 70s, disco and polyester. It survived. But when crack came into the community, the reason why it destroyed the Black community and Hispanic community, talking about the Bronx area, is because it killed the woman. The crack was an attack on the Black and I would say Hispanic woman, especially in the inner cities. That's what it attacked. It didn't screw attacking the boys. It attacked the women. Because let me tell you, back in the days when the lights came on, your mama would be outside and says, baby, get your ass inside, and still maintain the community. The whole community was maintained from the woman. Okay. All the men been going to jail. Men been leaving. Men been not being home. Men been not, giving no child support. That's always been the case. So that was nothing new. So what was new? Where did this big breakdown in the community happen? when the woman started using the drug. So when the mother wasn't around anymore, that's when you have to break down in the community.
Right. So
that's
the feminine, yeah, the female.
What that is.
Right. And so let's go on with and that's a really good point. And you had brought that up too the last time when we had that conversation about mental health and addiction. And you're absolutely, that's an amazing, that's an amazing awareness, because when you really do look at it that way, you're right. And it does show the power that we have as women, which we often give out. Like, we just underestimate ourselves. We buy into the bullshit, you know?
Know your word.
So like some of the other words, for instance, like bitch, for women, if you're called a bitch, it means that you're being too assertive, rude, or commanding. But for a man, and for a man to be called a bitch, it's emasculating. So again, it's negative. If a man was assertive, he's never called a bitch. He's always assertive. He's whatever, manly, or I don't know. Cunt used insultingly at women. The term whore or slut given to women more so to reinforce that overly sexual behavior, based on whose definition, by the way, is unacceptable in society. So if a woman is a slut or a whore, that means she sleeps around too much according to standards. Men who sleep around a lot are rarely called this and are often empowered by a high number of sexual conquests. The term girly, you throw like a girl, you fight like a girl. Terms like he must have his period, he's on the rag, man up. Let me tell you, men, if you had to be on the rag, you would never be able to handle it. Just going to say. Men being called women's names. Oh, you're such a Nancy, or you're, that it's again, it's always emasculating
us.
Emasculating, which is another word, like making the assumption that if you emasculate a man, you're making him less than a man, because he's more powerful than who are we comparing it to? Women? Then that must be. Men being called feminine, affectionate names: sweetheart, precious, princess, sunshine. Women being called emotional, hysterical, hormonal, menstrual, or premenstrual, flaky, moody, oversensitive. All down terms to women.
Derogatory terms.
Yep. These basically mean, okay, let's see. Interesting note. I said that already. Okay, so research article. This was interesting. Sexist slurs reinforcing feminine stereotypes online. It was a little research study done by some women, 2019, November. Social media platforms are accused repeatedly of creating environments which women are bullied and harassed. We argue that online aggression towards women aims to reinforce traditional feminine norms and stereotypes. In a mixed methods study, we find that this type of aggression on Twitter is common and extensive, and it could spread far beyond the original target. We located over 2.9 million tweets in 1 week that contain instances of gendered insults. Examples: bitch, cunt, slut, or whore, averaging 419,000 sexist slurs per day. The vast majority of these tweets are negative in sentiment, not just like just a term of endearment, Yeah,
but I think those are insecure men who are intimidated by women, because again, we are the most powerful species to ever exist.
That's from your point of view, okay, and overall true. However, in society, the male, do you ask majority of men, would you rather be a male or female? They're gonna say a male, because the way I'm gonna be treated in the world, so with that being said, even if it's not identified or even if it's not said, it's implied, and it's an undertone of separatism. You know what I'm saying? And classism or any isms that you want to put to it. It's there, but it's just not said. It's been said for centuries, but now we kind of saying, we act like it's not being said, but it's really being said anyway. In men's mind, in a man's mind, he'll say, he thinks he's stronger, he thinks he's smarter, he thinks he's sharper, and then he has to tell himself, you know what, that's not true.
It's not, and you keep coming back. You do, but you keep coming back telling me that's what I think and that's from my perspective. But let me tell you something. It starts with each individual. Okay? Don't be mad at me because I don't like to be around weak, pathetic motherfuckers. We all have our moments. When mom passing, I grieve. You know me with Eric passing, and those who know me when my daddy passed. I don't grieve like what your average person grieves, so they look at me as though I have no feelings. I'm fine with it. I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I really don't, because I'm okay with me. And there's one thing. Wait. I'm not done.
About you.
No, but wait. I know. I just wanted to reiterate that. You said that not everybody thinks that when you went with men. You know what they say? When you want to see change in the world, start with you, right? I probably messed up that quote. I'm going to be who I am. People do what they see, not what you tell them to do. So if you are that influence, that positive aura, and authentic, and backing up the shit you say you are, it's like a domino effect. You're teaching the world how it's okay to be you and think your own patterns. Set your own patterns and your purpose.
No doubt. But when you ask overall, it's no different than a person who's been a racist for his entire life. Right?
But I know people who were racist and now they're okay.
And I got some friends who've been racist and we good. We kind of worked it out. Okay? However, it had to be worked out because they already have preconceived notions from a child all the way up to and now they don't. And so they have to fight. Okay, remember I told you I gotta go speak to women in the Confederacy Friday. Okay, they actually become talk. Okay, so so it's changed, but I'm telling you, people are fighting themselves. Some of us really come to an understanding of things, but when men have to really ask themselves. See, when you're in a position of power, and anytime a person is in a position of power and he acts like he's not, then I got issues with that too. Because then you're not saying, you know what, I am in a position of power. I know I get looked at different. I know I get treated different. So I can't act like everything's the same. Because then there's no equity there. If I act like that, like if I'm rich and I know that you're poor, right? And I keep acting like you're not poor, I keep spending my money and never think, you know what? She needs some too, or he needs some too. Then there's no equity there because I keep acting like we're all treating the same, and we're all not being treated the same. So as for empowerment of women,
you can treat them the same though, because you're just saying that because you got money, you're not gonna act like those who don't have money.
No. But if I don't make a conscious effort to do so, then I won't do so.
Well, anything has to be a conscious effort.
Right. Men have to make a conscious effort to look to be fair, to acknowledge the power of the pussy. If they're not looking to do that, then we can talk. You do, but majority of men, if you don't put them together and sit there and say, you know what, these are powerful people. You know what, these women are strong. Then I'm telling you, I hear what you're saying, but when they get in the room by themselves, you can't. You understand?
Yeah. But that's also because of fear. But that's also because of fear too. Like they don't want to look like, God forbid, you get that one guy that sits there and talks about how phenomenal his wife is, and she's so strong and she's so powerful. And you get another. They're in a group of guys, and the guys will be, "What are you pussy whipped?" It's all these comments come out, and it's like you're not brave. A lot of these guys aren't brave enough to stand up and say, seriously, like I would be like, we're a great team. She's amazing, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't out there. It's just that there's too many. Like I'm blown away at how many men love their moms. Their moms are the greatest, yet they treat their girlfriends and wives like absolute shit. They have daughters and then they turn around and treat their wives and girlfriends like shit. Where is the disconnect? In my opinion, if you put your mother up here and you gave her respect and you thought she was incredible and you talk about what an incredible, how she was, and then you have daughters, you don't do you not think that your daughters are gonna be treated? So how would you feel if your daughter is treated so disrespectfully by a man that she's dating or marries? And I gotta tell you, I've been that person. I've been the one in the middle, looking at both sides, going, "What the fuck?" You know, how dare you talk about, like, how dare you sit there and be so insulting with your words, like as if that word is weak, when you can't even keep your thing out of it. So it's like, you know, come on. Like, I get really pissed off because I think we as women, and I'm putting myself in this, you know, Gladiator Guru has always been a tough as shit. I always admired her for that. That's what I love about her. Okay. So what do you always say? You're not every buddy's cup of tea, but you drink coffee. Fuck it. That's right. But me, I'm the opposite. I put up with a lot of stuff. I've had things said to me, treated a certain way. I took it. And then as I got older, I started to really, as I came into my own and became my authentic self, I started to think, what the hell example am I setting for my girls? I have all daughters. It's like, what am I saying? You can be spoken to that way. And I think it came into this whole big shift where I was actually finally got tough enough to say, fuck that. Like that is not okay. It's not okay to say that. It's not okay. And I'm going to own that word. You don't get to own that word. You want to say, oh, blah, 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 pussy. No. You obviously can't live without it because you keep mentioning it. So obviously I'm the one who has the power. And when we realize that we have the power and that we could say no, and we could say, I'm doing it this way, you know, I mean, inevitably, I've seen it happen. Men come scowling, okay, after a while. And it's not a power play. It's not meant to be breaking them down and bring them down to nothing. We both have exceptional power. Men have that masculine power, which is definitely needed. Women have the feminine power, which is definitely needed. Stop all of us being, oh, I'm better than you. I'm better than you. For Christ's sake, everybody just understand their power and not knock the other one down. That's all I'm saying.
Right. And look at, but listen, even between the Gladiator Guru and Badass and Professor Roquemore, there's power between all three of us.
Yes.
Okay. Us understanding each other's power empowers the group overall. Okay.
Right.
If I say, you know what, the Gladiator Guru, there she go with the power of pussy again. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Or being magically delicious or whatever.
Magically orgasmic. Delicious comes after the fact.
I'm sure she's delicious too. That was a little Freudian slip.
Girl, you look delicious today. No. So it sounded good. So but having that balance where I can say, you know, wow, you girls are fantastic. You are smart, but then you're also beautiful. You're also loving. You're also caring. You're also sexy. You know what I'm saying? It's that yin and yang, that balance that we don't respect. You know, so either the person has to be sitting there, you know, washing my feet and cooking me something to eat every day. But then why couldn't she be smart and be a professor? And you know, why couldn't she be strong? You know, and for men, I only can speak for men. Men really have to kind of embrace that more. You know what I'm saying? We have to embrace that the person is just not one dimensional. Yeah, especially when a person starts to grow. I've seen, you know, just from talking and dealing with you all over the years, you know, just this year, from COVID to now, I've seen growth in both of you guys. And but me too.
Did you just say dealing with her over the years? Did you just say that?
I said
dealing with so you had to deal with her. So okay, I gotta call you out on that one, because just that statement, just that statement though, right? Because listen, she so we're gonna put tits forward. That's an expression that was used on a Prime Amazon Prime show. We say, oh, we got balls, the man has balls. Well, you know, tits up, you know. Okay, so she's always, Gladiator Guru has always been this way. She's always stood up for herself, right? And for you to say, I've dealt with that, is saying that
I didn't like it.
It wasn't really okay for you to be like that.
I didn't like it. Me and her, we've had No. So that's what I'm trying to say. This is an evolution to come to the point. And we all need to stop with people got to evolve. You got to give them the information, plant the seed, and put some water in that motherfucker and let the sun grow on
That's
that
right.
thing. Because if you don't, nobody wants to hear that somebody's over them, equal to them, or everybody is in a capitalistic society, but you got caste systems, you got feudalistic systems, you got all kind of. Somebody's always looking for the underdog or somebody up under. Okay, somebody always looking to.
Because they have to. That's the only way they can boost themselves up for those people that are very insecure.
Right. So
Yes.
right. So it's a work. It's a work. No, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Because I think we are. Anna says the pussy it's the gear, and she said when you were talking about men and their mothers, how her ex-mother used to tell him that all women are hires except for her. And the Latina mothers, we mimar our sons, where we'll cut the edges off their sandwiches, and then they grow up and think that you're supposed to be their mom incognito, right? So shut your face. So that would happen there. But and Anna, you're absolutely right. And you see, put up what Michelle wrote.
Byron's her favorite.
Huh?
Put it up. Sorry. Here. There we go. See, Michelle's your biggest fan. She's always talking about
because Michelle is a genius. That's why. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But you're right. You're right,
Michelle. Get your own show, me and you, girl. Okay. I'm done.
Yeah, but listen, what is the power of pussy? And I'm going to be nice. I'm bringing it down. I have to come at you. I feel that I have to, because not enough women protect their womanhood. Not enough women believe in themselves enough to know that if the man you're with does not respect and appreciate you, cut him loose. Cut him. But they stay. They let the fear take over, and then it chips away at their strength. And so a woman of self is at peace with herself, with her solitude. She moves at her highest self. She is one unapologetically courageous warrior. She is hardworking, full of self-love, self-esteem, peace. And if you fuck with her, she'll say, watch out now. Don't make me get up from here. I know we always rate Byron. You know how that's it. A woman of strength will teach you. You will always have bad moments. And in those bad moments, you will remember to appreciate the good moments you weren't paying attention to. The power of pussy woman is confident, independent, outspoken, with secured boundaries. She will remind you to feel the cleansing of the rain and not complain that it's raining and you got wet. She will teach you how to appreciate the life you have in the gender that you are and respect it. And that goes for the LBG. It don't matter. Whoever you believe you are, respect it, appreciate it. Yes. And when you send those vibes out to the world, whether you know them or not, it's going to return, and they're going to know, that's a fierce one right there. That's a goddess in awe of herself. Meaning she has boundaries. She won't tolerate less. She expects more of herself. And you'll be okay.
And that's a great way to end the show.
You dropped the mic on that.
Wait. Yeah. Because I believe in women. And it don't matter. It don't matter what side of the tracks you come on. It doesn't matter what horrible your relationship you wasted the majority of your life until today. It's okay to be today years old when you learn something to better your life.
That's correct.
Be today years old. How old were you when you learned that today? It doesn't make you stupid. Nope. It makes you the wisest person in the room, and not only that you acknowledged it for yourself, but that you're sharing it without shame. That, wow, it took me 40 fucking years to realize this. I'm taking the power of pussy on the road. I will be my one woman show on the power of pussy. And I will disrupt people's lives, and I would make people feel uncomfortable with pussy until the women understand that they are valued And that's it. They don't need to add 50 million other adjectives. What are you? I'm authentic. I am the power of pussy. I am strength. I am the voice of women. I'm Wonder Woman and Superman rolled into one. I'm the powerhouse you've been waiting for. That's who I am.
Okay, pussy.
And with that,
I love this stuff. I can get that off from here.
And
Anywhere else I can do that. All right, pussy. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Go ahead, pussy. Go ahead. Anyone else? I'm going to jail. But today, I can tell you. Pussy. But anyway, go ahead.
Do you have a positive comment to end with, Byron, as we will do ours?
Real quick. You said something great about abundance. Choose abundance, not scarcity. Women, think of abundance, not scarcity. Women, think of abundance, not scarcity. That don't mean I'm gonna give me 15 different boyfriends. No, that means like just what you said. You can learn so much. Your life can be so enriched. Abundance.
Abundance for both genders, though, for any gender or anything you identify with. If you come from a place of abundance, then there's no reason for competition. There's no, or to, you can be competitive, but in a good way. There's no reason to belittle anybody, to have to boost yourself above when you come from a mindset of abundance, period. That's it.
I like that, so, but me, for the women, abundance meaning health. Take care of your health. Be abundant in your health. That will lead to abundance in your wealth. And guess what? It trickles down to your children and your grandchildren, and you create a little compound of positivity that will, will spill out into the. So okay.
Well, this was a great conversation, which we knew it would be. So Byron, always, we love having you on, and you're like one of the few that could take a conversation like this and just be great with it. So Byron, thank you so much. And we know that Michelle's your biggest fan, so she'll be sending you some fan mail probably along the way. So, so thanks for coming on. On Thursday, we're going to have Dr. Christine Sawyer from Doctor Patient to Epiphany. So she's going to be talking about what it's like to transform from being a doctor and then becoming the patient, and what she learned along the way, which is was very enlightening to her, and it actually changed her whole trajectory in her life. So thank you everyone for coming on, and power of pussy, right? And so thank you so much. And Gladiator Guru, you got anything last minute to say before we do our send off?
Thank you to everyone who sent their condolences, and I felt your hugs. I was wrapped in it. My sisters and I, we appreciate it. We love you, and thank you.
And from all of us here at Viva Cafe con Leche, we'll see you on Thursday. And from the Badass Buddha, remember, be you, be real, and be extraordinary.
And from the Gladiator Guru, remember to breathe in the beauty and breathe out the bullshit. Namaste.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you.
Peace.